Hey guys, it's Bang for about PC Gaming here. I hope you're all well. So I did get a request to do a bandwidth comparison with my GTX 1080s in SLI. So being an owner of an Intel i7-5960X, I can run both cards at full bandwidth, which is 16 times 16 times. Well, I want to be comparing the cards at full bandwidth versus half bandwidth, which is 8 times 8 times. One issue is I do use the high bandwidth bridge at the moment, and I'm limited to the spacing I can use, so I do have to use my flexi bridges. And if you've seen my previous video, I did use 2 flexi bridges versus the high bandwidth bridge, and there was virtually no difference between performance. Now the high bandwidth bridge usually does help with frame times, and in benchmarks if it's a small difference, but nothing major, so this will be a more consistent test. So I am using the MSI X99A Gaming 7 motherboard. As you can see, my cards right now are actually running in 8 times 8 times mode, which gives you a greater spacing between the cards and allows for greater airflow. Now when I do put the cards in 16 times 16 times mode, they're pretty much sandwiched together. So I'm going to show you that now. In this mode, there's less airflow, which means clock speeds will probably be a bit lower overall. So I want to run both cards at stock just to keep things more consistent. So before I jump into the test, just going to quickly show you my settings. Cards will be running at stock. The only thing I have increased is the power limit, just to keep clock speeds a bit more stable so there's no fluctuation. And again, running the cards at stock just to keep temps a bit more manageable. Intel i7-5960X at 4.5 GHz. DDR4 is going to be running at 2666 MHz, and I'll be using 32 GB of Corsair LPX Vengeance. All on driver version 376.48. So the games I'm going to be using are The Division, CRYSIS 3, The Witcher 3, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Assassin's Creed Unity. So that should give you an idea of what bandwidth can do to different games, because all of these games use completely different engines. So without further delay, let's get into it.
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike. circus. Pirouette. Wrong. Footwork. Enough. Get down.
With a flip?
What do you think? All right. Take off the blindfold.
What's our plan?
Our plan. You're not an apprentice anymore, boy. To study your surroundings. Devise your own plan. I'm not here to hold your hand. No targets unreachable.
Out of the way. Move.
Where the hell was Duchesneau? Oh.
If you can't find a weakness to exploit, make one.
You secured the cathedral?
Oui, monsieur.
Good. Tell Sylvain, I'll meet him inside.
Opportunities everywhere. It's on you to take it.
You! Get back here with my keys! Thieves!
And if all other plans fail, why not sacrifice yourself for the cause, your life for his? Before Altair, that was the Levantine approach.
You mean a dagger in broad daylight as I'm cut down where I stand?
Sends a powerful message.
I'll do it my way.
Whatever you think best. Assassin.
Keep low.
You okay?
It's nothing. There. Mark of death. If that spots you, you're fucked. Back! Get back! Whatever they found, it's dead now.
How far to 34th Street Station?
Couple of clicks. We'll have to get around the kill zone first.
So there you have it, guys. Some interesting results. In the Division in particular, there was a 7 frames per second difference when running the cards at full bandwidth versus half bandwidth, 8x8 versus 16, which was quite interesting to see. Tomb Raider as well showed a 4 frames per second increase, which was pretty nice. So there was some increases depending on the game. Games like The Witcher 3 and Assassin's Creed Unity and CRYSIS 3 didn't really show too much of an improvement. Maybe 1 or 2 frames per second here and there, but nothing that's really gonna make a massive difference. So it all comes down to the game you're using, really. So it is interesting to see that bandwidth does play a part now when you're using cards like the GTX 1080. But it's leaving me in a bit of a position where I've invested in a high bandwidth bridge that's a 2-slot gap. So I think I'm just going to leave my cards at full bandwidth for a little while, and I'll just do some further investigation, and I'll weigh up the options if it's worth having my cards at full bandwidth versus 8x8 with better temperatures because of the spacing. So we'll see what happens in the future. If I have to buy a new high bandwidth bridge and get rid of this one, then that's what I have to do. Anyway guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.
The sky, we finna light it up. We ain't never coming down. See the people showing love. Say what's up when I'm around. They were saying it was love, but we see them in the crowd now. We too young to give a fuck. All we know is that for now